Hi guys, great talking to you, but it was a bit choppy again. The video does seem to be playing up every now and then. And I was going to read you a story, so instead of doing it there and then, I'll do it now and put it on your websites. It's going to be a Horrid Henry, and we're going to have Horrid Henry's Computer. I know I've read this one to you before, Nathan, and Emily, this might be the first time I've read it to you. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Horrid Henry's Computer. There we go, it starts off as a big picture of Henry and his mum and dad sitting around the computer. No, 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 said Dad. No, 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 said Mum. The new computer is only for work, said Dad. My work, Mum's work and school work. Not for playing silly games, said Mum. But everyone plays games on their computer, said Henry. Not in this house, said Dad. He looked at the computer and frowned. He said. How do you think you turn this thing off? Like this, said Horrid Henry. He pushed the off button. Ah, said Dad. It was so unfair. Rude Ralph had Intergalactic Robot Rebellion. Dizzy Dave had Snake Master's Revenge 3. Moody Margaret had Zippy Zappers. Horrid Henry had BS Spelling Champion, Virtual Classroom and Whoopies for numbers. Aside from Beefy Butt, who had been given County Made Easy for Christmas, no one else had such awful software. What's the point of finally getting a computer if you can't play games, said Horrid Henry. You can improve your spelling, said Perfect Peter, and write essays. I've already written one for school tomorrow. I don't want to improve my spelling, screamed Henry. I want to play games. I don't, said Perfect Peter, unless it's name that vegetable, of course. Quite right, Peter, said Mum. You're the meanest parents in the world, and I hate you, shrieked Henry. You're the best parents in the world, and I love you, said Perfect Peter. Horrid Henry had had enough. He leapt on Peter, snarling. He was the Loch Ness Monster, gobbling up a thrashing duck. And there's poor Peter being attacked by his big brother Henry. Yeah, hold on there, Peter, you'll get bigger one day. Ow, squealed Peter. Go to your room, Henry, shouted Dad. You're banned from the computer for a week. We'll see about that, muttered Horrid Henry, slamming his bedroom door. Snore, snore, snore. Horrid Henry sneaked past Mum and Dad's room and slipped downstairs. There was the new computer. Henry sat down in front of it and looked longingly at the blank screen. How could he get some games? He had 53p saved up. Come on, Nate, you've got more than that. Not even enough for Snake Master's Revenge 1, he thought miserably. Everyone he knew had fun on their computers, everyone except for him. He loved zapping aliens, he loved marshalling armies, he loved ruling the world, but no, his yucky parents would only let him have educational games. When he was king, anyone who wrote an educational game would be fed to the lions. Horrid Henry sighed and switched on the computer. Maybe some games were hidden on the hard disk, he thought. Hopefully Mum and Dad were scared of computers and wouldn't know how to look. The word password flashed up on the screen. I know a good password, thought Horrid Henry. Horrid Henry. Quickly he typed in smelly socks. What a password. Then Horrid Henry searched and searched and searched. And there were no hidden games, just boring stuff like Mum's spreadsheets and Dad's reports. Rats, thought Henry. He leaned back in the chair. Would it be fun to switch around some numbers in Mum's dreary spreadsheets? Or add a few words like yuck and yah-boo, you're a ninny to Dad's stupid report? Not really. Wait, what was this? Perfect Peter's homework essay. Let's see what he's written, thought Henry. Perfect Peter's essay appeared on the screen, titled, Why I Love My Teacher. Poor Peter, thought Henry. What a boring title. Let's see if I can improve it for him. Tap, tap, tap. Peter's essay was now called, Why I Hate My Teacher. That's more like it, thought Henry. He read on. My teacher is the best. She's kind, she's fun, and she makes learning a joy. I'm so lucky to be in Miss Lovely's class. Hip hip hooray for Miss Lovely. Oh dear. Worse and worse, thought Horrid Henry. Tap, tap, tap. My teacher is the worst. Still missing something, thought Henry. Tap, tap. And the taps are the sound of Henry tapping new words on the computer's keyboard. My fat teacher is the worst. That's more like it, thought Henry. Now for the rest. Tap, 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 tap. My fat teacher is the worst. She's mean, she's horrible, and she makes learning a misery. I'm so lucky to be in Miss Ugly's class. Boo, hiss for Miss Ugly. I'm so unlucky to be in Miss Ugly's class. Much better. Now that's what I call an essay, thought Horrid Henry. He pressed save, then switched off the computer and tiptoed back to bed. No! Horrid Henry jumped out of bed. Mum was shrieking, Dad was shrieking, Peter was shrieking. Honestly, couldn't anyone get any rest around here? He stomped downstairs. Everyone was gathered round the computer. Do something, shouted Dad. I need that report now. I'm trying, shouted Mum. She pressed a few keys. It's jammed, she said. My essay, wailed Perfect Peter. My spreadsheet, wailed Mum. My report, wailed Dad. What's wrong, said Henry. The computer's broken, said Dad. Oh, I hate these horrible machines, said Mum. You've got to fix it, said Dad. I've got to hand in my report this morning. I can't, said Mum. The computer won't let me in. I don't understand, said Dad. We've never needed a password before. Suddenly, Horrid Henry realised what was wrong. He'd set a new password. No one could use the computer without it. Mum and Dad didn't know anything about passwords. All Horrid Henry had to do was fix the computer was type in the password smelly socks. I might be able to help, Dad, said Horrid Henry. Really, said Dad. He looked doubtful. Are you sure, said Mum. She looked doubtful. I'll try, said Horrid Henry. He sat down in front of the computer. Whoops, no I can't, said Horrid Henry. Why not, said Mum. I'm banned, said Henry. Remember? All right, you're unbanned, said Dad, scowling. Just hurry up. I have to be in school with my essay in 10 minutes, moaned Peter. And I have to get to work, moaned Mum. I'll do my best, said Horrid Henry slowly. But this is a very hard problem to solve. He tapped a few keys and frowned at the screen. Do you know what's wrong, Henry asked Dad. The hard disk is disconnected from the harder disk and the hardest disk has slipped, said Horrid Henry. Oh, said Dad. Ah, said Mum. Huh? Said Perfect Peter. You learn all about this stuff in computer class next year, said Horrid Henry. Now stand back, everyone. You're making me nervous. Mum, Dad and Peter stepped back. You're our last hope, Henry, said Mum. I'll fix this on one condition, said Henry. Anything, said Dad. Anything, said Mum. Deal, said Horrid Henry, and typed in the password. Whir, spit. Horrid Henry scooped up Mum's spreadsheet, Dad's report, and Perfect Peter's essay from the printer and handed them round. Thank you so much, said Dad. Thank you so much, said Mum. Perfect Peter beamed at his beautiful printed essay and put it carefully into his school bag. He'd never handed in a printed essay before. He couldn't wait to see what Miss Lovely said. Oh my goodness, Peter, what a smart-looking essay you've written, said Miss Lovely. It's all about you, Miss Lovely, said Peter, beaming. Would you like to read it? Of course, said Miss Lovely. I'll read it to the class. She cleared her throat and began. Miss Lovely stopped reading. Her face went pink. Peter, she gasped, go straight to the head now. But, is it because my essay is so good? Squeaked Peter. No, said Miss Lovely. Wah, well, Perfect Peter. Pew, bang, rat-a-tat-tat. Another intergalactic robot bit the dust. Now what shall I play next, thought Horrid Henry happily. Snake Master's Adventure, Zippy Zappy. Best of all, Perfect Peter had been banned from the computer for a week. After Miss Lovely had phoned Mum and Dad to tell them about Peter's rude essay. Peter blamed Horrid Henry. Henry blamed the computer. And there's Henry, enjoying his time on the computer playing games. Whiz bang. Hope you enjoyed that one, guys. I certainly enjoyed reading it. And so until next time, love you. Mwah.